Hey, what's up, guys? So, to my surprise, there were a couple more additions to the arena, to my arena shard that have Mephisto. And when I got off work, I don't know where I was. I might have been two. I think I've been the guys that let me just sit at two for a while. Mostly because it was four of us, and we would just kind of take turns who'd be at what position. And nobody was really stressing it too much. And I don't think guys are going to stress a whole lot now. It's just we got two new additions, so as I was saying, I was knocked down to 6 after work, and I said, "Oh boy!" And the guy that knocked me down is somebody new that had a 5 red gladiator, and I was like, "Okay, well, what am I going to do here?" And so I tried some different combinations. I used Kang and different combinations with Silver Surfer and Ultimus. And so what I noticed after I did, I think 3 attacks, is that Old Man Logan just keeps assisting no matter what you do. So he's right now very important to keep as a part of your team on offense and defense. And because he was getting the assists, I said, well, let me just try Echo. I mean, she's not, you can see she's at 95. She is G18. So she's not doing anything special other than she's setting him down for assists. And so what I did is I meant to record the next time I went in, and I forgot about it because I was a little bit tired today. So much going on this week at work. And so I hit record as I was actually starting the battle. And so what I decided to do is wait a little bit, and one of the other guys knocked me out of because I worked my way up to number 1. One of the other guys knocked me out of number 1, and so I was knocked back down to 4. So I spent 25 cores to go ahead and show you guys what it's like to go against one of the bigger teams that has the 5 red gladiator, and how this counter can still work. I think what you'll notice in the first one is I had forgotten what I had done, but if there's a Silver Surfer, the key thing is to go in and stun him with the Old Man Logan with his special when you get a chance to do that. And having Echo, because you're already going to have speed advantage because the offense drops first, is to just make sure that you get him stunned. Because you're not going to be able to do anything to Old Man Logan, and it's a waste to try to do anything to Ultimus because he's a villain, so you're not going to be able to get over to him as a taunt. But ideally with this gameplay is a little different. So when you go in with Mephisto, you hit their gladiator with the ult, then you come back with the special. And as you see the team break down, you'll see by the time Old Man Logan gets his claws out, you should be able to hit Mephisto and just start focusing in on him. And so when you're able to do that, then you can start breaking the team down. I've found that it works better with Super Scroll. I tried this version before I got to Super Scroll. I tried it with APOC, or maybe I didn't. But I know I was running some versions without Echo with APOC, and he would just die. Scroll managed to live the latest, but he would still die and not take his turn. Ultimus would die, Silver Surfer would die. So if you're punching up with your own gladiator, it's difficult. I'm not saying it can't be done, because I think I did do it once, but at the end of the day, this is a little more reliable. What you'll notice is I have put purple ISOs on my tunes, so that could be a factor. So you may end up needing to do that just for your arena team. So I am going to take Gladiator. I'm going to keep him as 40. I'm going to take him to a P2 and see if that helps him a bit, because my plan is to slow build this team. And I think if you're able to put the purple ISOs on, it helps enough where you don't have to jump right in and get the 4, 5, or 6 red gladiators to still compete. I don't know that it makes a huge difference enough to where, I'm not suggesting that you don't go with the big red stars. I'm just saying if you're not, then you can still get it done. So what we'll do is, I want to start off with the actual attack I did first, and then the second attack will be the one where you see me go against a 5 red gladiator. I think the first one, my opponent had a 3 red, so I kind of noticed that after I did when I went back in for the second attack. But you'll see him as number 1 after this first attack, And so you'll see the team that I went against power wise, and then I went in on number 3, and you'll see he's usually the biggest whale that we have in Arena Shard. He tends to get things done first, but not this time round. I think he was first in Mephisto, but he wasn't first to build up the rest of this team. But he'll stay in the top 5 no matter what he's doing, because that's how he goes about the game. Okay, guys, so let's just take a look. So I started recording late on this, so you don't get a chance to see the offense spawn in, but you guys see that enough. Gladiator is taunting, and what I've seen play best is to go with Mephisto's ult first, then his special. It seems to play out better that way. Now, on this particular match, I wasn't quite sure of the targeting that I did, and you can see his placement is a bit different with the ultimates on the end, because ultimates does get regen to adjacent, so I'm not quite sure why he had him on the end that way. But at the end of the day, I did go in on Gladiator with Old Man Logan, and I think that can be a good move. I think it would have played better had I gone in on Silver Surfer, and that's what I do on the second time around. So you guys will notice that difference. I think the reason I was able to get things going this time around is just because this Gladiator is a 3 red, and so is mine. Now, I don't think that going in on Old Man Logan with the scroll special is the best move, but it worked out. And so the target probably should have been Silver Surfer, and I think you can still target Silver Surfer with Gladiator, but we'll play around with that to see if it's better on Silver Surfer or Old Man Logan. The main thing is you can, if possible, take care of the Silver Surfer first, and when you're able to do that, then I think at some point, a turn or two after that, you're able to focus in on Mephisto, and that's where I would like to have shifted my target to Mephisto with Old Man Logan's claws out. So this is a work in progress. I'm not sure I have the best placement, or it could be actually a better team than this, but I wanted you guys to see who slotted number 3, and number 1 is who I went against, I believe, or a similar team to number 1. And so number 1 took it back. And so here, you see I'm going to play it a little bit differently. The placement is more what I would like to see, where you have the ultimates in between the Gladiator and the Silver Surfer, because he's getting regens. But the beginning of the play was the same. And so you can see here that Echo gets hit kind of quickly, and that's kind of what you want. And so this time I go in on the Silver Surfer with Old Man Logan. And I think that plays a bit differently. Now, I think I was stuck on Silver Surfer, so I had to go in with the special, but I think that plays better because you can ability block him. And I think it's his ultimate that really sets things in play that makes for the most damage on us. And so when you do that, this plays a bit differently. And you can see Echo gets targeted instead of the Gladiator. And that's probably a better move. Now, maybe Echo should be positioned somewhere else. That's something to play around with. But I think once I do this ult here, then I'm able to shift over to the Mephisto. Somehow with the very first battle, I believe I was able to hit the Mephisto with the claws out on Old Man Logan. But it's not a huge difference. I think after this play here, when I hit the Silver Surfer, enough damage is done to the team, his team. Shortly after, maybe a turn or two, then I'm able to go in on Mephisto, because I think it's pretty key that you try to kill the Mephisto. And once you're able to do that, then you have an advantage.